This is the box that I received from JPT, and to be clear, this is not a sponsored video. You can see it is written Pro Series 21 watt cordless brushless impact wrench. This is the model number of the unit. The initial impression of the box is pretty decent, and there is nothing to complain about this unit. Now, in order to lock this box, you get these two latches, and the bottom part is pretty flat. You also get a handle to carry this box around, and also you get a slot to insert a lock to make it more secure. This will be very handy if you're transporting this unit from one place to another. Now let's have a look what do we get inside the box. Opening the two latch, you can open the box as shown. Once you open, you are greeted with two pamphlets. One is warranty guide and other one is a user manual. If you wish to, you can continue reading this entire user manual, or if you're watching this video, you can skip this part as I'll be explaining everything in detail. Now next, you get two set of lithium-ion batteries which is of 21 volt each, and each battery can easily last for a day depending on the usage from medium to high. The quality of these batteries itself is pretty good. You also get this locking mechanism to lock this battery onto the wrench or the charger itself and unlock this by pressing this button. Now you also get this power switch, of which if you click it, you'll get to know how much charge is left in the battery. This is a pretty good feature to have on a battery pack, which will help us to understand how much charge is left in the battery even without inserting it onto the wrench. Now next, you get a fast charger, using which you can easily charge your battery within 3 to 4 hours from 0 to 100. As shown, just lock the battery by sliding it in and insert the power cord onto the power outlet. Once you're done with the charging, just click the button on the battery pack and slide it out. Now next, you get this nylon strap which is used to mount the battery pack anywhere you wish to. Now you get a pin and an O-ring which is used to lock this socket onto the wrench, which will avoid it flying off while in usage. You can see this hole on the socket. You need to insert the pin after installing it on the wrench and cover it with the O-ring. Now let's see the main unit itself, that is the impact wrench. Taking the impact wrench out and removing its protective cover, the first impression of this wrench is that it is pretty heavy, and the quality seems to be pretty impressive considering the price that I paid for it. You can see the forward and reverse button and the speed control trigger button over here. Yet other set of controls over here which I'll be explaining in detail in some time. Now let's insert the battery and test it out. Inserting the battery is pretty easy. Just align its pin and slide the battery inside the wrench. You get a clicking sound which confirms the battery is locked in place. You get this LED light on the wrench which will turn on automatically when you click the trigger, and this is a neat function to have, especially when you're working in darker conditions. Now speaking of the controls, you get this mode button by pressing which you can control the speed of the wrench, that is how much torque it can output from fast, medium and slow. You can cycle through these modes by clicking the mode button repeatedly. And as mentioned before, with the two battery packs, you get button on the batteries itself to indicate how much charge is left in the battery. Now you get a two button on the wrench itself to control the wrench rotation in forward and reverse directions. And if you keep that in middle, the trigger will be locked. Speaking of the trigger, it is speed controlled, and let's see its functionality in this video. This impact wrench 570 Nm of torque is plenty enough to open even the harder bolt that is there on a motorcycle or car. Alright, this is the footage for a future video. Let's get back to the topic. Now if you wish to buy this unit, I'll leave the link for purchase in the description below. And that's all for the unboxing and the initial impression of the Pro Series JPT's impact wrench. And if you like this video, do consider subscribing to 𝐬𝐤𝐤 𝐂 and follow me on Instagram for more such interesting content.